And we are started. Okay, guys. So tonight, I'm hearing a lot of feedback.
Hey, Andrea, you participant.
What'd you say, Sarah?
I'm going to do it in the chat.
Okay, click participant. Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Here we go.
Perfect. Okay, that helps. Thank you. Okay, guys, so tonight we have a guest speaker. First of all, I want to say thank you, everybody, for jumping on this call. I know your time is valuable, and you showed up tonight, and that's huge. That tells me that you want to work this business and that you're investing time, and that's what happens. You got to show up. So thank you for that. So tonight we have a guest speaker, Sarah Try, and Sarah is a 10-star diamond, 2-time elite coach. She absolutely knows what she's talking about. I mean, and I was on her call last night, and she was talking about how we first met. And she was a new coach, and she decided to do like a Diamond by Summit, which was this thing that we were doing, like a push to diamond. So maybe you had like, I don't know, 3 or 4 months to hit diamond because you wanted to be Diamond by Summit. And she made the decision, and she went for it, and she just did it. And I think that I just remember thinking, like, who is this girl? Like, I didn't know who she was. She's not on my team. But I just remember thinking, wow, like, she just kind of like puts her mind to something, and she got it done. And so from there, she hit Diamond by Summit, and we went to Summit, and we met and connected right away. And I'll tell you guys, that's one of the things about this business is when you meet people who, I don't know, they just have the same like drive and passion as you do. You're connected, and it doesn't matter if you see each other once a year. It doesn't matter how often you talk. You seriously become friends, and the friendships that you make from this business, they're real, and it's different from any type of friendships I've ever had because it's on a totally different level. I call her one of my best friends. I've watched her grow so much over the past couple years and really become a leader that, oh my gosh, I watch her and I'm like, wow, just so much growth, so much leadership. She has a top 10 coach on her team. She has multiple top 25 coaches in her downline as well as herself. So I want you guys to know that she knows what she's talking about this business. And she's a really good person. She has an amazing heart, and she cares about everybody. So make sure that you listen to her. You take notes on what she's talking about, because if you're in this and you really want to take your business to the next level, this is the type of person you need to be listening to and learning from. So with that, I want to welcome Sarah. And do I unmute you, or do you unmute yourself?
I can unmute. There we go. Okay, so that was awesome. Thank you. You're going to make me cry. But seriously, it's like how I could have never imagined that would be my intro someday, right? Like it just, like, how does that happen? And it happens by this. Like, this is not here for an accident. That's in every one of my team calls. And it's true. And that's a lot of what I'm going to talk about today, you guys, because what you do every day makes a difference. And I know Andrea tells you guys this all the time, that this business is easy to do, but it's also easy not to do. It's the same thing as that. We are what we repeatedly do. You get results with the 21-day fix because you repeatedly follow the meal plan and you eat the same food. We get results in our business when we're having activity and doing the right things every single day consistently. But I'll talk a little bit about that here in a little bit. But I just have to say, this journey has been something that I could have never imagined. This opportunity kind of fell in my lap when a friend of mine was posting about P90X, and Adam and I, my boyfriend Adam, we weren't really overweight. We just wanted to feel better and get in better shape. So we said, okay, let's do it. And he encouraged me to sign up as a discount coach. And I was then encouraged to come to a Super Saturday like 3 weeks later. And thank God I did, because truly that event, Super Saturday, is one of the main moments in my Beachbody career where I said, okay, I'm in, like, I'm going to do this. And Summit was the next one, the year that I went to Summit with Andrea and really connected with her. But really from that point forward, I think I just made a decision that I loved this and I loved helping other people. And I loved the feeling of empowerment that I knew that I held the future of my life in my own hands. I don't know how to better say it, but I just like get off on that. Like, I just love that. Like, I love to know that I'm in control of my life. Nobody else is. Me, myself, and I. So that's what I love about this business so much. And that is what's so powerful about this business, that if you truly do embrace that, the sky's the limit for you. So fast forward to a year into the business. So I signed up in December of 2011, and come December 2012, Andrea and I are in Toledo. I'm visiting her and Angie in Toledo, Ohio, sitting in her van, waiting to go in, I think, to do kickboxing. Or the MMA guy, you know what, Vince, that's his name. Yeah. So anyway, so we're waiting and we are just like scheming, like just writing like plans for elite and just like going. And that's what she's talking about. Like, we just connected and we just like went. So if you can find someone that you just connect with, like, I've really never found anyone else in this company that I've connected with as much as Andrea, and you just get each other and you just connect and you go. So, we had made this plan for elite, and I get home and January rolls around and I read Push by Chalene Johnson, which is a very powerful book. And Chalene, even in writing, pushed me to write down top 10 on my goal board for 2013. And I remember telling Andrea that, and I was like, okay, this is crazy. Like, I can't believe I'm doing this. Like, I can't believe I'm saying this. And literally my first Success Club post, like, you guys know that you do like a lot of us do recognition posts for Success Club. My first Success Club post in January of 2012 had 2 people on it. I had 2 people. And I was like, okay, I can do this. I can make top 10 happen. I've only got 2 people, but we're going to go. And I just put my head down and I worked and I worked and I worked and I worked. And I worked my butt off, you guys. Like, I am not going to sugarcoat it. I worked really hard and I still work really hard to this day. But that's my choice. And obviously everybody has a different level of activity that they can give and they can provide. And we're going to talk about that there's a lot of different levels, and you have to find what works for you and your family. But fast forward to today, and in February, I posted our February Success Club numbers, and we had 215 people on my team hit Success Club in 2 years. That grew from 2 to 215 in 2 years. Like, that's the power of this business. That's the power of doing the same things over and over and over and over. Okay, so that's the power of this activity. And that's, I created this system that I'm going to share with you guys in December of last year, December of 2014, to help my team really goal set for 2015 and to really know what they have a roadmap for 2015. So I share this with you guys because it's unbelievable and it's working wonders for my team. So let's jump in. I'm going to share my screen. Yes, I can do that. Okay. All right, let me pull this up. Can you guys see? Yes? Good. Okay. All right, so we're going to talk about your weekly activity. So let's first talk about goals. I know you guys probably know this stuff, but I'm going to go over it anyways because it's always good to beat a dead horse. You got to hear it multiple times. And you know, probably Andrea's told you this a million times, but I'm going to say it's going to be like gold to you because that happens to my team all the time. So a goal has to be specific and measurable, right? So there has to be some parameters around a goal. You can't just say, I want financial freedom. Like, what is financial freedom? Like, I want to pay off $10,000 of my credit card debt. I want to pay off $20,000 of my vehicle loan. I want to pay off $30,000 of my student loan. I want to save $100,000. That to me is financial freedom. Okay, that's what you need to write down. That's specific, that's measurable. I want to make $100,000 this year with my Beachbody business. That's specific, that's measurable. Okay, you have to have time on it, which I've said in that last goal, like I want to make $100,000 this year. That is adding time. So you're giving like a time frame on your goal. So I read a stat the other day that when you have a deadline for your goal, you do 80% of the work to hit that goal up in the last 20% of that timeline that you give yourself. Okay, so if you never give yourself a date, you are never going to complete 80% of your goal. So you have to put a date on stuff. That's super important. Third, the goal has to be yours. It can't be your uplines. It can't be your husband's. It can't be your kids, whatever. It's got to be for you. You guys, it's got to be for you. Okay. Oh, someone's drawing. Okay. That's fun. And then lastly, it has to be in writing. So you've got to write it down. Right now I'm looking at a wall, and right behind my computer is my dream board, and it has all my goals on it. I see it every day. Okay. I look at that every day. And then to this way is my, it's my calendar and my whiteboard, and I see it every day. I also have affirmations that I read to myself every day that I do my personal development. Speaking of personal development, Andrea nailed it last night on my team call, and she said, personal development gives you the courage to build this business. And I've never heard it framed up that way, and I love it. And it's so true. It gives you courage, and it allows you to step out of your comfort zone. But so does writing down your goals, because when you see them, the more you see them, the more you feel them, the more you read them to yourself, the more you believe that they're going to happen. Okay, and lastly, your activity has to, your goals have to really match the activity and time you can give. Okay, so for example, if you would like to make $100,000 this year, but you can only give 1 hour a day for your Beachbody business, I'm sorry to tell you, but that's not going to happen in 1 year. Maybe if you stay consistent, 1 hour a day for 5 years, 6 years, maybe you'll make $100,000 that year. Okay, but you have to be realistic with how much time you can give and the goals you want to achieve. So that's what we're going to talk about, because we so often miss this, how this fits together. Okay. And a lot of times, if you're like me, I set goals really high, or I'm like, okay, I can get that done in 30 minutes. Well, it really is going to take me 2 hours. So I overestimate things, or I'm over over anxious to get things to happen. But be realistic in what you set. So that's what we're going to talk about to give you guys a better idea. So what is the basic weekly activity that you need to be doing? Of course, you need to be inviting. Of course, you guys know that. Inviting to challenge groups, inviting to join your team. Okay. You need to be sending follow-ups, and follow-ups is huge. Follow-ups is actually something that I've increased since I first created this 2 or 3 months ago. We've increased the follow-ups. But a lot of times, you guys, people are just not responding because they're busy, or they see it and they want to respond and they forget. They're busy. Okay, so a lot of times when I send someone an invite and say they ignore me, or I send them a message just saying hi, a lot of times I'll just joke around with people a couple days later, and I'll just say, hey, I know, hopefully you're not ignoring me, and if you are, this is awkward, but I just want to make sure you saw my message. And that's all a follow-up is. It's lighthearted. It doesn't have to be some weird salesy icky thing, okay? But follow-ups are huge. You gotta be following up with people. You have to be adding new friends to your network. You have to be starting brand new conversations, brand new baby conversations with new people you're adding to your network. You must be doing that. You have to be having ongoing conversations. So anytime you start a new conversation, if that person responds and is engaging with you, you continue that ongoing conversation. And the ongoing conversation doesn't have to be in a personal message. It can be on a Facebook post. It can be in an Instagram post, right? So you're always having conversations with people. You're always you're always building relationships and trust. And then lastly, of course, you should be engaging and mentoring your team. That's huge for creating residual income and creating a culture of Success Club. Creating a culture of Success Club is the reason why my team has been so successful. Okay, so let's reverse engineer income. So how cool would it be if you could say, I want to make this amount of money consistently every week in my Beachbody business by the end of 2015? What if you could say, I want to make $1,000 consistently every week by the end of 2015? Yeah, sign me up, right? So what if I gave you specific activity that matches up with each one of these income levels? Okay, so that's what we're going to do is we're going to give specific activity to match each of these income levels. Okay, and I can share these slides with Andrea after because there's a lot of numbers. Andrea knows I'm a numbers gal, so a lot of this stuff is going to be like, whoa, you got to come back and listen to it again, which is fine. I've got the slides that I can share. Okay, but before we go into the formula, we talked about the weekly activity. But the weekly activity is going to generate results on a monthly basis. So you've got to make goals for yourself, monthly goals, and that's what's going to generate income. And your monthly goals are in 3 categories. How many coaches do you sign per month? How many challengers do you sign per month? And how many personally sponsored coaches are you getting to Success Club? And the reason why I'm saying personally sponsored and not your team is because if you teach your personally sponsored coaches the importance of Success Club and you talk to them about why Success Club is important, they will duplicate and teach their coaches to do the same. If you share with them this formula, they will teach their coaches to do the same. My business did not go from 2 people hitting Success Club to 215 hitting Success Club overnight. And it didn't get there by me just wishing it got there. I have been very intentional in talking about Success Club and the importance of it because it's important. You're leaving money on the table if you're not hitting Success Club. Point blank, that's it. You're leaving money on the table. So don't do that. Hit Success Club, help people, feel good about yourself, and create a future for yourself. I mean, there's so many good things about Success Club. Okay, so here's the weekly formula that we're going to plug in for each income bracket that I shared with you guys. Okay, so X is equal to the number of coaches and challengers you want to sign per month. Y is equal to the number of PS coaches you would like to get to Success Club. Okay, so let's go into this. If you want to make $150 consistently per week by the end of the year, or really, truly, this is like on a 12-month period. So if you guys start this today or tomorrow, this would really be through the end of March of next year, okay? You need to be hitting every single month. You need to be signing 1 coach and 2 challengers. That's going to get you to Success Club 5 because you're signing up those 3 people with challenge packs. Okay, that's going to get you to Success Club 5. And here's how you make that happen. Here's the weekly activity you need to be doing in order to make these happen. Okay, we want to sign 1 new coach. So business invites, 2 times 1 equals 2 business invites per week. Challenge group invites. We want to get 2 new challengers. We need to be sending 4 invites. Now, this is a side note, but a challenge group invite doesn't necessarily have to be a challenge group like a 21-day fix challenge group. It could be an invite to your shakedown. It could be an invite to your clean eating free challenge, whatever that is, okay? Any sort of group invite. Follow-ups, these are huge. And I lumped follow-ups all into one category. So it's not just follow-ups for challenge groups, follow-up for business invites. It's just follow-ups in general. And honestly, guys, sometimes people take 3, 4, 5 follow-ups, sometimes multiple follow-ups in a week. Okay, so that's why the number's high. You need to be having tons and tons of follow-ups and tons of activity. If you've heard the name Alexa Campbell, she is killing it. She's on my team. She's been a coach for like a year and a half. She's number 15 right now in the company, just killing it. And she sends well over 150 follow-ups per week. So she is following up all the time. And these people that are hitting big numbers on my team are not hitting big numbers because they have tons of followers. Like they are working, they are out there hustling, talking to people, making it happen. Okay, so people are not just coming to them, they are working for that. They are following up. New conversations are huge. You need to be having 6 new conversations. And I lump them together because when you meet someone, you can't just say, oh, you're going to be a coach, so I need to have 2 new conversations with 2 coach prospects. You know what? Just lump all of your people together that are new friends and just talk to them and just see where does the conversation go. Are they maybe going to be a challenger, or maybe are they going to join as a coach? Okay, and maybe they're not going to be either. Who knows? But you are going to talk to them openly, build a relationship, and not put a coach or a challenger on their forehead. Okay? So just have new conversations. Ongoing conversations, again, like I said, That's after you've started the conversation, you continue the relationship and build it. It doesn't have to be in a message. It can be on a post. And then new friends to your network, 6. So this is the weekly activity that you need to do every single week consistently for 1 full year in order to make $150 per week. Consistently. Okay? And when I say consistently, I really kind of mean like residual income, like income that's just coming in from Shakeology sales from your team. Okay? Cool. So let's step it up. $250 per week. This is $1,000 a month, guys. This is life-changing money. Okay? This is a big deal. What could you do with $250 consistently per week? A lot. You could do a lot. So the monthly goals, of course, increase for this. You have 2 new coaches, 2 new challengers, and you're getting 1 personally sponsored coach to Success Club 5. Okay, so you can see the formula here that plays out. And we've added one thing on the bottom. So I've added one-on-ones with coaches. So you're going to have one one-on-one with a coach every single week. And it doesn't have to be the same coach, because you probably only at this point, if you're going for this, maybe you have, under 5 coaches. So maybe you have a one-on-one with 4 of your coaches in the course of a month. Maybe only 2 of your coaches are working the business, so you have a call with them every other week, okay? It doesn't have to be with the same coach, but you need to have a goal of having one-on-one with 1 of your coaches every single week. Okay, and you guys can see the rest here that comes out where the weekly activity needs to be for $250 per week. Okay, so let's step it up. We're going to step it up to $500 consistently per week. So this is a big deal. Like $500 consistently per week is $2,000 a month. And I remember when I started hitting 500 consistently per week, that's a really good goal. And that feels really good. Like that's when you're really starting to gain momentum. Your team is really starting to gain momentum. You're really starting to help people see what's in this business, like what the future can hold for them. Okay, so what are the monthly goals that you need to hit every month for 12 months to hit 500 consistently per week? You need to be signing 3 coaches a month, 3 new challengers a month, and you need to be getting 2 personally sponsored coaches to Success Club. So what this does, you guys, is this now ups us to Success Club 10. And I always push my coaches that really want financial freedom, that want to build the business, to always go for 10. So this is a really good goal. But as you can see, the level of activity is increasing, and your time committed to this activity is going to increase. So you'll see that possibly you don't have time for this right now, and that's okay. You can drop down to the 150 or 250, and then maybe in the summer, if you have more time, you step up to this for a couple months, right? And you kind of fast forward your results a little bit. Okay, this is really just a blueprint for you. So you've got to find what works for you. And honestly, I have to say, these are numbers that I don't know for certain that this is going to happen, you guys. This is just my best guess from what I've seen. And I do have about 10 coaches that are tracking religiously for me this whole year. And we're going to see where their income is going to land. I have coaches in every category that are committed to every category, and we're going to see where their income lands. So I have more stats in a year to share, which is really cool and really exciting. So you guys can see here, the formula, it's increasing, okay? And it takes a lot of time to build relationships and have new conversations, and it takes a lot of organization. So you've got to put that into perspective when you decide on which category you want to do. Okay, so let's jump up $1,000 per week. Huge. That's amazing. When you hit $1,000 per week, that's a pretty big goal. That's over $50,000 a year. That's a pretty big deal. So monthly goals: 4 new coaches, 4 new challengers, and 4 PS coaches to Success Club 5. Okay, you can see here that the business invites are jumping 8 per week. That's a lot. That's 32 per month. But if you can send out 32 business invites per month, just think of the conversations and where that's going to go. If you can send out 16 new combos per week, think of where that's going to go. And you guys can see here that the new friends category is always going to be the same as the new convos. So if you're just tracking your new friends, if you're tracking your new followers, and you're just starting new conversations with everybody that you add to your network, you're going to hit those new convos. Okay? And lastly, I jump up to 2,000 per week. And the reason why I make this big jump to 2,000 is because this is six-figure stuff right here. And honestly, I don't think that there's a huge difference between 1,000 and 2,000. I think once you get on that path, and once you get in the zone, and once you build momentum, it happens really fast from 1,000 to 2,000. Okay? But you have to be doing this stuff consistently every single month. You need to be signing 5 coaches a month. You need to be signing 5 new challengers a month, Success Club 20. And you need to be getting 5 coaches to Success Club 5. This right here is what I have my coaches in my downline who are going for elite. This is what I have them do. This is the exact formula to hit elite. The only other thing that you're missing is making sure that your people are getting to diamond, because you have to be a 5-star diamond to be elite. But if you're helping 5 PS coaches hit Success Club 5 every single month, you probably have a good idea of who your diamonds are going to be. Okay, so if you follow this formula, even starting now through the end of the year, and you're hitting these goals and you do this weekly activity, there's a very good chance that you're going to be an elite coach. So if that's something on your radar, here's your roadmap right here. This is what I strive to do every single week. I'm not going to lie, I don't always hit it, but this is really my non-negotiables every week that I really try to push for myself. Okay. So you can see, I mean, the activity increases, but it makes a huge difference if you do it for a full year, and it's a lot of work. Okay, but let's talk quickly about coach one-on-ones, because I feel like that sometimes gives coaches anxiety. Like, okay, what do I talk about? How do I motivate my coaches? Really, coach one-on-ones are quick and to the point, and you just have to let your coaches know, like, hey, I've only got 15 minutes. I've only got 20 minutes. So here's how it works. Here's what we're going to talk about, and set that up before the call, and let them know that you want to know one good thing that happened this week, one thing that you're struggling with. You're going to check in with your goals, and then maybe ask 1 or 2 questions, whatever you have time for. Okay. But respect your time and keep them to 15 to 20 minutes, and your coaches will absolutely respect your time. Okay. So make sure that you're keeping them short and concise. You can fit in 4 one-on-one calls in an hour. So you can absolutely knock out those one-on-one calls. If you look back to this here, this elite, this like elite roadmap, there's only 5 one-on-ones per week. I mean, that's truly not that much. But you may find yourself with 5 new coaches, you may find yourself having more. Okay. And I would suggest, really, I do bi-weekly for a lot of my coaches that are working the business, but you can do weekly depending on their goals, depending on what they need, depending on how new they are. I kind of just play it case-by-case basis, but my coaches have to be hitting Success Club to get on my calendar. So that's how they get time with me one-on-one. Okay, and lastly, I just want to finish this off, you guys, with this is all fine and dandy. Like, this is your blueprint. Like, this is how you make it happen. But if you don't show up daily, if you don't do these things repeatedly over and over and over, it's not going to work. Just like weight loss, if you don't work out every day, it's not going to work. If you don't eat the right foods every day, it's not going to work. You've got to show up daily. And showing up is half the battle. It's half the battle. And my suggestion is to do a little bit every day. So if you have a goal of sending out 5 business invites per week, or let's say it's 6. I think that's on the 500 one. 6 business invites per week. Break it up and say, I'm going to send 2 business invites 3 times per week, or I'm going to send 1 business invite every day for 6 days, and then I'm going to take 1 day off of inviting. And the reason why I say to do a little bit every day versus doing all one big chunk, like all business invites on a Monday or all challenge group invites on a Tuesday, is because when you practice consistently a little bit every day, you get better and better and better at it, and you get in the zone. And it's just like anything in life. When you do something consistently every single day, it's just going to become part of your human nature. When I was hardcore building my business in 2013, going for top 10, I did a business opportunity call every single week, religiously, every week. It was a webinar that I did that I opened up for my team. There's many weeks nobody was on, but guess what? I still did it. I still recorded it. I could recite that business webinar in my sleep. That's what got me so good at talking about the business. But you have to be in the zone. You have to do a little bit every day. You have to always show up. So my assignment to you is to pick one of these categories and give it 30 days. Okay? Don't give up because you feel like it's hard. This is going to be an increase in your activity no matter what, because it's a lot of activity. But truly, I'm not sugarcoating this. This is what it takes to build a business. You've got to be here, right? So my goal for you, my assignment for you is to pick one and do it for 30 days. Give it 30 days and see how much it changes your business after 30 days, and you will be amazed. I'm going to show you guys something really quick. I'm going to take the screen share off because I think we're done. Yeah. And I'm going to show you guys how I track it, because I think tracking is a really, really big deal when it comes to keeping on task for this. So let me just find my tracker. Okay, so this is my tracker. You guys can see that. It's a laminated piece of paper, and I have all of my categories here, what my weekly goal is and what my daily goal is. Okay, and I can share this or you guys can take a screenshot, but it's laminated because I just want to mark it off and then erase it. I didn't do very good today, but you know what happens. So here's the deal, guys. Like, if you don't track, you're not going to see your business grow. And this week, I have to be real honest with you. This week, I have not been tracking or staying on my activity, and I feel it. I feel it. Okay, so it's very important to track. My coaches that have committed to tracking for me so that I can have stats to share and put like actual statistics behind this formula have seen huge amounts of growth in their business, like hitting Success Club 10 when they didn't even think that was possible. Crazy. And it all starts with tracking. It all starts with breaking it down into little pieces every day. Okay, so does anybody have any questions? Does anybody have anything that they want to share? I feel like there's a little bit of, okay, good. Anybody?
I'm curious to see with you on, do you guys, what are you feeling about like these formulas? And it's almost just like she said, it's like weight loss. It's like giving somebody insanity, and if they follow the workout and they follow it, they'll get the results. This is the blueprint that you need for the business. This is the actual blueprint. And not only does it give you your monthly goals, but then your weekly. It tells you exactly what to do. I'm curious to see, is anybody willing to share on the chat, like just going off of what Sarah's assignment is, like what level that they feel their time and where they can be at? Just out of curiosity.
Yeah, I'd love to know.
I'm going to go for the 1,000 one.
Awesome.
Elena.
Wait, Elena, what did you say?
Sorry, I'm eating food. I don't want you guys to all watch me eat. I'm going to go for the 1,000. What's I'm going to do?
Are you? Okay. Yeah, you're probably surpassing that 1,000 or that one anyways, but okay, I like it. Sherilyn's going for 500. Amy says, you feel like this is what you've been missing. Yes, you can probably appreciate this blueprint, and now it's just putting in the action and doing it. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, well, if there's anybody have any other questions? No? All right. Well, Sarah, thank you so much for getting on and doing this. This is awesome. And I think that this will help people, because this, like the numbers and stuff, that detail stuff, that's not my strength. But like whenever you send me stuff like this, I'm always like, oh yeah, that makes a lot of sense. That gives me clarity to this. So I can appreciate this. Awesome. And I appreciate your time in doing this call.
Of course. Yeah, I feel like it's like tangible stuff, you know, like sometimes it's just so hard to put that activity in. Yes, and I'll share the slides. Hi, Colleen, by the way, I saw you. Hi. Yes, I will absolutely share the slides. I will send them to Andrea. So.
Okay. Awesome, guys. All right.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Sarah. It's good seeing you.
Thank you. Good to see you guys.
All right,
Bye.
guys. We'll see you next
Thank you.